Honorable Senators, allow me to begin by expressing my gratitude to this Honorable Committee of Senators for your time and passionate engagement in the various issues raised over the last 2 days in relation to the matter before us. You have kept an open mind as we interrogated the evidence brought before you, both in support of the allegations made or in the rebuttal against these allegations. The responsibility now, therefore, lies upon this committee to determine whether the impeachment motion was the way to go in addressing the issues raised by the County Assembly. Honorable Senators, you can, however, having listened to the presentations made by the Assembly, bear me witness that they mainly involved emotional and contradicting witness statements that were neither supported by any evidence nor fully substantiated by facts. Case in point, you heard about the evidence that there was no 150 million contract paid to Velocity Company, neither did they evidence the invoice of 30 million paid, passionately alleged by the MCAs in the impeachment motion. You clearly heard out of the 10 million shillings claimed to have been sent to my account. 4.6 million was completely fictitious and non-existent figures, which was never sent to my account. Further, Honorable Senators, you heard that in 2 of those trips that I'm alleged not to have gone, the leader of majority was actually present in those 2 trips, and even photographs are shown today. You heard of the witness claim that our health facilities are dilapidated to the point of all of them having been infested by snakes. This is in contradiction to the national body, the Kenya medical practitioners and dentists, and others who gave the a clean bill of health after we resolved the issue of the health crisis. She cited the lack of autoclave machines and incinerators, which the members of the County Assembly so graciously allocated budgets in May last year and were purchased. Honorable Senators, the County Assembly has also failed to demonstrate to this committee how a public participation process on the impeachment process was conducted. My lawyers have dispelled the false allegations that form the basis of my impeachment, and we have seen that they are an affront to the impeachment process as described in the Constitution. The issues raised could have indeed been clarified through routine inquiries. The Assembly has also failed to prove that any of the tenders mentioned in the impeachment motions were irregularly awarded or that the county incurred any financial loss as a result of the said words, let alone proving how the governor was conferred any personal benefit. We have been able to table before this committee evidence on various correspondences between the county government and the County Assembly, and therefore dispelling the claims that the executive does not furnish the Assembly with relevant information on implementation. I reiterate that these kinds of falsehoods do not only demean the legislative arm of the county government, but are proof that the motion was only seeking to malign my name with an ulterior motive by the MCAs. The Assembly even failed to interrogate the public procurement procedures, which could have duly informed them that it is within the provisions of the law to purchase the governor's vehicle from the manufacturer that supplies government vehicles under a framework contract. Honorable Senators, so far we have been treated to innuendos, trivialities that do not meet the threshold of gross violation of the Constitution, hence meriting an impeachment. As I stated in the beginning of this hearing, this impeachment motion has consumed a lot of valuable time that could have been used to work for the KIRINYANGA people. The negative impact of this process cannot be underestimated. I therefore call upon this committee to thoroughly scrutinize the evidence submitted here and disregard any unsubstantiated claims. The precedent that this committee will set will be a point of reference in future impeachment processes, and it is therefore expected that the decisions taken by this committee will not come back to haunt this House. All eyes are on this committee to make the decisions that are beyond reproach and that will stand the test of time. I urge the Senate to ensure that the outcome of the proceedings will serve justice to the residents of KIRINYANGA County, who deserve every effort of the elected leaders in accomplishing the development agenda of the county. In conclusion, Honorable Senators, seeing that there is no evidence to substantiate the allegations brought against me, allow me to tell you why I'm truly here. As the elected governor of my county, some national issues have fallen on my shoulders, particularly those pertaining to the equitable and fair share of national resources to the people of Kirinyaga. This has meant taking political decisions, including to support His Excellency the President in his BBIA initiative, which I believe is in the interest of Kirinyaga and all Kenya. Honorable Senators, my stand has made me enemies with people of deep influence and deep pockets, inside and outside my county, which is a matter of public record, resulting in endless attacks on my person because of my support for the BBI and the handshake. But in the words of the famous Pan-Africanist Frank Fanon, I have no regrets, for he said, each generation must, out of relative obscurity, discover its mission, fulfill it, or betray it. To those that have conspired with those forces to wrongfully impeach me, I forgive you. And I say to you as I close, in the words of the great American female poet Maya Angelou, Kirinyaga people will forget what you said. They will even forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel, and neither will I. That notwithstanding, I forgive you. Outside conspiracies visited on us, with the help of a few local leaders, has brought shame and humiliation to us at home. I pray that it should never be allowed to happen again. Thank you, Honorable Senators.